What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Queen Talks. Talk that talk, Queens. I am one of your hosts for tonight, Queen M. Bonnie. Make sure you guys follow me at Queen M. Bonnie on Instagram and also follow me and the Queen Talks podcast at Queen Talks podcast. We thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. Listen, before I introduce my co-host, I want to let you guys know that it is self-love time, kings and queens. Make sure you follow at Royal Self Fashion on Instagram. And if you are looking for a hot outfit, just go on to royalself.com. We have bucket hats, what I'm wearing right now with different sayings on it. Cozy Queen, Self Love, Simply Blessed. And the top that I'm actually wearing as well is on our website. So make sure you guys are following at royalself.com, at Royal Self Fashion on Instagram, and go to royalself.com if you're looking for a hot new fit. We have the kings and queens fit for you today. So what's up? It's already popping tonight. I see. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We appreciate y'all support. We really do appreciate it. Thank y'all for tuning in. How you feeling tonight? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. How you doing, sis?
I'm doing good. I'm just recovering from yesterday. We had a birthday party for my sister. Her 52 years old. She turned 52. Listen, I'm trying to live to see 52 and be
I
turning
know
up like
that's
that
right.
last night. And we had a good time. It was lit. All good vibes, good energy. Everybody had a good time, good food. So I'm just trying to recover from that. You know, we got school tomorrow and got to get back on board with everything. But it was good. It was a good time. We had a good time. So how was your day? How was yesterday? How was your weekend?
Well, I've been working um 7 days straight now. I got 5 more days to go before I'm off, so
Okay.
I'm good. I've been chilling, working. School started back, so first week of school was good. So my son, he's back in his little comfort zone. He's in school, so it's just everything been good. Nothing new. I mean, my birthday was last Sunday. I'm about to forget. Hold up. Last Sunday, I do apologize, y'all, but I was so lit last Sunday for my birthday. I turned 33. I was on Clubhouse. Follow me on
Mm-hmm.
Clubhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Candy Love. I was on Clubhouse. The 100 side is the only side. You know what I'm saying? So
It was
I was
turned. It was
you
lit.
said I was lit. I was lit. Like, I was so lit to a point where it's like I didn't even come off my mic. Like, I was just like air balloon. I come off my mic because I didn't want to say that I regret because I know how I am. You know how I am when I get a little too lit. Whew, I don't know how to so I had to play that safe or whatever. But I do apologize. And last Sunday, not only was my birthday, but it was our 3-year anniversary on our Queen Talk podcast.
Yes.
Yes, so we got to do some celebrations. I'm going to take a shot for that. You know what I'm saying?
Let's
So
go.
do a
Let's
little second
go.
drink, sis. Do a little shot. 1 second. 3 years. 3 years of podcast. Yet been a
Listen, for those
long.
of you that are new to our podcast, we've been doing this for 3 years. This is not new. We just started doing the Instagram live, but we've actually been doing our podcast on YouTube. So make sure you go to Word Self Media, type in Queen Talk Podcast. You can see our videos on there. But listen, we still going strong. And
Still
we
going
appreciate y'all
strong.
support.
Yes. 3 years. I remember like it was yesterday. Do you remember when we started?
I do. I was just looking at a video the other day of when we like our first video that we ever did.
I
I'm
remember
like,
it like it was yesterday. I came over to you and your husband's house, remember? For my
mm-hmm.
birthday, my 30th birthday, I was going through some, a relationship issue. And I was venting to y'all about it. And
Yep.
it went up from there. It was just like, let's record this, let's go live, let's talk about it or whatever. So it was just like it was perfect timing, a beginning, a fresh beginning for both of us to like what we talk about privately, we can talk about openly, that other
Mm-hmm.
women might be going through the same thing we have experienced or going through in life, so.
That's what it was all about. We were just like,
Yes.
we going through so much. Like, we have different things that we're going through. Like, every individual that we had on the podcast, we had Kiana on the podcast, and she
Yes.
was going through something. So we was like, let's make a podcast
Yeah.
and talk about it, because we're not the only ones that's going through these things, and
Nope.
we're still here,
Still here.
and
I
going to show
remember like
every
it was
single day.
yesterday. Like I tell people all the time, like y'all don't understand. Like this is like we're giving y'all a piece of us. Like things that we can
Mm-hmm.
be talking to, like talk about privately. We're actually sharing it with you guys, and we actually like really talking like uncut, real, like how we would talk privately. So it's like just let people see how our chemistry, our friendship is, and how it's growing, and how we're growing together and individually too. So it's like it's amazing. It's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
From 3 years, what 3 years, a difference that 3 years could do, right? So much has happened in our
Yes.
lives in 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, but like you say, real raw, uncut
Yeah.
conversation. And
Mm-hmm.
we've always been the type of people to where we want to connect with people as far as having a conversation, because we feel like we want to know what everybody else going through.
Right.
Like, and start the conversation of what somebody else may be thinking about that they feel like hasn't been talked about, or what they're going through. So that was the whole point of Queen Talks. Like, I'm venting to you about what's going
Yes.
on in my life, and I want to hear your opinions. And I'm just so appreciative of all the love and support we've been getting, because we started
Yes.
this Instagram with 0 followers, right?
Yep.
And we were
Zero.
close to 1,000, and we just been it's just been a lot of fun, and I just enjoy the conversations with you, the
Yeah.
conversations with all the guests we done had on this show.
Mm-hmm.
Like, could you have just imagine how, like, where we would be when we first started, when it was just a conversation, right?
Yes. Going live, taking shots, like just like pouring out our feelings to everybody.
Mhm.
Like is the things we used to talk about in the beginning was like, it grabbed people's attention. Like, wow, they really like they're human. They going through the same thing I'm going through. Like, let me
Mhm.
chime in, let them know how I deal with this situation or that situation, or maybe I should deal with this situation, how they deal with it. Maybe I have a better outcome in what the situation really was. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it was real. Like, it was real dope how we started. I
Hmm.
don't think nobody had like a real like entertaining like beginning stage of podcast, because it's like we're not always sitting in front of like mics and stuff like in a studio.
Right. Hmm.
We're giving you the realness. Like we're
Right.
not always glammed up and stuff like that. So it's like
Hmm.
this is us.
Right.
I I sincerely apologize. I can't even talk right. Apologize to y'all, but I was so lit. Like, I'm surprised I ain't wake up with a hangover, but yeah.
Oh, you
I
did.
just,
You didn't hang up. You didn't wake up with a hangover.
mm-mm. Let me tell you, I had got me a nice massage that morning and a facial.
Uh-huh.
We need to start getting massages and facials like every 2 weeks. I'm telling you, it was
I'm
very
down.
relaxing. Like my whole body just was relaxed, and it's just like I loved it. I loved it so much. Like, I'm gonna do it again. I think it's worth investing in yourself, treating yourself, and that's something that I have an issue doing, treating myself. I'm so used to
Right.
treating other people that I feel guilty when I do something for myself. I get my nails done, I do my hair. I feel like, what, I'm doing too much, but for my
Right.
birthday, I was like, you know what, I'm making this appointment. I had an appointment for a couples, but that's a different story. But I just know I reschedule it, and I enjoyed myself. I went by myself and I enjoyed it, and it was so refreshing.
I don't know why we do that. It's so good to spoil yourself and do things for
Yes,
yourself. We get so caught up in everyday things that we forget about ourselves. But it's good. I'm glad that you did that, and you enjoyed yourself
Yeah.
And it just brings out a different glow in you and releases stress and all that, whatever that you've been carrying throughout the years and the weeks and the months.
Yes. It was overdue. It was, I would say
Yeah.
that was so overdue because I treat my mom all the time like that, for her birthdays and stuff. And I just like, you know what? One day I'm gonna treat myself like that. Or,
Mm.
when I always wanted to experience like doing like something together with my partner and stuff like that. But it's just like it just like it was overdue. I needed to do it. Even if I did it alone, it was I had to do it. Like I had getting a massage and talking to God, and I'm just, thanking him for another year because some of our classmates died. So it's like you're blessed to see 33, you're blessed to see 23, you're blessed to see you're grateful to even reach your 30s in this time, because
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people that haven't even reached their 30s because of death and so much stuff was going on with COVID. And before then, it's like I'm so grateful to see 33. I'm healthy, what I'm saying, I'm in my right mind, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm not where I want to be in life, but I'm so far where I
From where you
was.
were.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it haven't been easy. It's been a long journey. You know my story, sis. And it
Yeah.
I just felt good. I felt so good. I was even gonna pull you out your house, but I knew you had church. So I'm like, nah, because I'm like, I don't even pay for your massage and facial, girl. But I'm like, you know what? Maybe I need to just do this by myself, just
Yeah.
enjoy me, treat me. And, the next time I can treat my girls, like, hey, massage
Yeah.
facial on me. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to brunch and have mimosas and stuff like that. So I'm just like, I had a good time. I had a good time. It was peaceful. I didn't get like no weird phone calls, no uncalled for phone calls. It was just peaceful. Peaceful. It's like, dang,
We
wow.
need stuff like that. You know,
Yes.
I feel like we got to take care of ourselves. It is so important to take care of yourself, and I feel guilty about it. I'm doing
Mm-hmm.
this for me because everything else you do 24/7, 7 days a week, 24/8, like Mary J would say. Everything else you do it and not even think about it because it just comes to you every day. And it's like when you get that one time to just love on yourself, it's a good thing. So
Yeah.
HB Bella says, I just did a vacation in the middle of the week, enjoyed spa day. Oh yeah. Very relaxing and
Yeah.
refreshing to get away for a day. It is.
Yeah. Well, I got away for a few hours. I had to go get my
Mm-hmm.
son. I didn't want to, do a whole, day, but I did. He gave me my space throughout the birthday. Like, mommy, just relax. I'm not gonna aggravate you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you don't aggravate me. But he just gave me my space. He even made me a little car. Like he decorated. So I should go get it. It's so cute.
What?
The birthday card that he made me, it's so cute. Like he put thought into it.
Oh,
And I'm like, you know what? I got the best little boy in the world, so yeah, he made me a card. He put details. He decorated outside and the inside, and he was saying like the most kindest words ever. And it's just like, wow.
oh.
I had a split second. I was like, who need a man? But you know what I'm saying? It was a split second. It was a split second, but I was like, yeah, So it was good. It was good. It was
to
relaxing.
be to be his age and showing you how it's supposed to be done, huh?
Yeah,
It's
love and
like,
affection. Like he was really, he always there. Like he always opened the door for me, and
yeah.
he always tell me I'm beautiful and I love you, and the greatest mom in the world. And the day he was like, you know what, mommy, I'm so glad that God, put me in your belly, that you're my mom. And I was like,
Oh,
hmm. I'm like, oh my gosh. I see you
oh,
better stop. I'm like, you know what? I'm glad he did that too, So
yeah.
we had our little moment. Then we back playing like usual, but
Right. It go back to it.
yeah.
Yeah, like it was surprising. Jayla said to me when I was walking out, she's like, "Mommy, you're so pretty," and I was like,
Oh,
"Oh, cute." Like you get like, oh,
yeah, it melts your heart. Like you
it
might hear
does.
other people say you're attractive, but when your kids tell you, because your kids are,
Yeah.
they uncut and real too,
Hmm.
So When they tell you,
They'll
"Oh,
tell you like it
you're so
is.
beautiful, you're so pretty," it's like it comes from a deeper place, because not only they're your
Yeah.
child, but you carry them.
Right. When they say it, it's like you know that it's genuine. Like you know that it's
Right.
real.
Yeah.
Because like, you know, you other people when they're the older people, you think like, what you trying to say? Are you trying to
Mm-hmm.
lie to me? But when it's come from a child, you're like, okay, you know that
Yeah.
they mean it, you know, so it hits different.
Yeah.
Let me
Cause
read some of these comments. What is that? Amaria underscore Freeman. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. Says the purity and innocence of children will always remind you what's really important in life. That's
mm-hmm.
facts. I basically talk about many different things. We're gonna talk about relationships, you know what we always do. Because here at Queen Talks Podcast, we want to give you the real raw, uncut conversations. If you
Period.
guys would like to join our podcast, you can join on our live. Just request to join, and we would love to have you on in this conversation. Whatever you want to talk about, this is an open conversation. We here to just learn and feel free to express yourselves. So the first topic we are going to get in today is about do you feel that it is healthy to have a relationship with your ex's families? How do you guys feel about that? So we Candy, if you want to start it off, how do you feel about that?
Um, I don't know. I would say yes and no. I feel like if you're single, I don't know. I'm still trying to decide that if that's healthy or not.
Mm-hmm,
To still have communication and relationships with your ex in laws, and
mm-hmm.
you know, how do it affect that person, your ex next relationship, and
Right.
just me personally, like I wouldn't want my man to be still in contact with his ex or his
Mm-hmm.
ex in-laws, because why are you still attaching yourself to them?
Right. Okay.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's kind of tricky though,
It is.
because like, what if they're a friend like friends, friends with family, and you know them for years, and you tried something and it didn't work. That's tricky. But I do feel like if you're in a relationship, you shouldn't be in contact with your ex-in-laws. I mean, if you're strong enough while you're single, yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's like. I think people have motives. I have people have motives when they want to be in contact with you. I feel like people, it can be as far as they want to use you, or
Mm-hmm.
just being nosy, just seeing how your growth in life is, and just seeing, I don't know. It's kind of tricky, to be honest. I'm still trying to figure out the answer to that, because,
Right.
yeah.
Because you had that experience of,
Right. So I'm trying
that
to
happening,
figure it
them reaching out
out.
to
Is
you.
it, yeah. It's very tricky. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like, is it healthy to be in contact with your ex-in-laws?
I feel like it does vary. Like it depends. Like if I see you in like a store, a grocery store, or something like that, and we're just speaking. Hey, how you doing? Da, da, da. I don't feel like that's nothing wrong with that. And then I do feel like it depends on like the relationship that you had. But people tend to kind of distance themselves anyways when you are like not with that other person.
Right.
I never really had that experience where somebody who I was dating, their family member or something like that still kind of kept in contact with me like over the years. It
Yeah.
kind of trickled into like nothing. Like we were talking and then kind of like no conversation. Um and somebody has said if you have a grandbaby, then it's okay. Like if it's like a child involved, that is different. But I really don't see no reason to. You know what I mean? Like if it's really not that like a close conversation, a close relationship with that person, I don't really see why you have to keep in contact with them. But
Right.
it's so many different ways you can give an example of it, you know?
Yeah.
But
I don't
that's
see the
hard
problem.
anyway. I feel like that's a hard situation anyway, to be in a relationship and build those relationships with those people, and then you just
Have to
stop being with
depart.
that person. Right. And then it's like, okay, well, I done built this relationship with you on this side. But what do you do if that person, like that family member, maybe the sister or the cousin or the mom, wants to keep that relationship with you? You know what I mean? Despite of y'all not being together, do you think you can still do that? Do you think you know what I mean?
I mean, I have done that. I'm in the
Mm-hmm.
process of, that situation. So it's like, I feel like if me and your son is not together,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if your child have moved on far as married or about to get married, if you're having that communication with me, not on a daily basis, but every other week or whatever the case is, you should at least say, hey, you want to know about me so much, let me know, like, hey, what you call it, got married, or what you call it, in a relationship, and because I'm gonna tell you, when my ex reached out to me, my ex didn't tell me he was married. My ex didn't tell me he was in another relationship. He didn't tell me he had a baby on the way. He didn't tell me none of that stuff. He made it seem like he was still, you know, he was dating somebody, but it wasn't that serious. And he wanted to use his mom as why he called me. Oh, my mom told me to keep checking up on you. Or my mom said this, my mom that. Which, some guys can lie just to get you comfortable enough to see what's going on in your personal life. Which me, I'm the type of person, ever since my ex situation, I'm very like iffy about giving information to like my ex-in-laws, to like friends we have, like mutual friends, because you're not gonna know about everything about me, and you know what I'm saying, I don't know nothing about you, which I don't care about you because I have moved on. But yeah, you're not gonna keep getting information from me, trying to see every step I make and how I progress in life. You're not gonna do that. That's one thing you're not gonna do. So I just feel like that's weird. I don't know. I just feel like that's weird. I just feel like, if you're gonna separate. It didn't work
Right.
out for a reason. It didn't work out for a reason. Move on. So, but
Right. I agree. I agree with you.
I feel like, sometimes you can be so cool with an in-law to the point it's like, dang, do I really want to end this friendship or whatever because of this, whatever? But I feel like it's due to the respect of your next relationship, you should cut that off. It can be a, hey, how you doing type of thing, but talk on a daily basis and this and that and third, I feel like you should cut that off,
Right.
due to respect of your future relationship, especially if it's serious to a point where you're all both talking about marriage and kids and family and stuff like that. And I think you should have enough respect for yourself and for your partner to cut it off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I say it just depends. Like, because some people um make really good relationships with, the person that you were with, their families, like their sister or their cousin. You made really good relationships with them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna read a comment. HB Bella says it depends on the reason. Some family members get attached to the other person, and in my opinion, it could be a healthy relationship and no ulterior motives. Right? Like, I agree.
Yeah.
Like, it just depends. Sometimes that relationship just becomes, what it is. It's like, okay, I can build this relationship with this person, and it's between you and that person. You know what I mean?
Right.
Aside from who you was with, it doesn't really matter. They still, what I mean, respect you and like you as the person that you are. So that relationship remains.
So I think you just have to, I think it depends on the person. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
how do you feel? Do you feel like you can keep a relationship with the person that is a family member of your ex without it being confusion, without it being like, okay, what they doing, who they with? You know what I mean? Just between you and that person,
Right.
you know? But I feel like it's up to you. It's up to you. It's up to that person what they want to do. Some people be like, okay, you're not with my brother no more. You're not with my cousin no more. We're not friends. And then other people are like, okay, I still like you as a person. I still want to hang out with you. I still like the conversations that we have, and I feel like I can do that without you being with my family.
Yeah. Like with
You
me,
know.
I feel like my life is like experience like with my brothers and sisters, like in relationships, marriages, or whatever, it didn't work out. I feel like, yeah, I would communicate with them like, hey, what's up, bro? Like, what's up, sis?
Yeah.
Till I feel like my brother or my sister have moved on to another relationship, and I have to say, due to respect of my brother or my sister moving on into another a healthy relationship, I have to cut ties with you. Yes, if I see you, yes, if I see a post or whatever the case is, I'll like it. I'll say what's up. But other than that, like it's nothing, because I have to give that other person the benefit of the doubt and room to, grow on me. I don't want to be like, what,
Mhm.
oh, I'm still kicking with the ex or whatever the case is. That's not fair,
Right.
and I don't know how my brother or my sister might feel about me still in communications with my, our, ex-in-law. So it's like, you have to draw a line somewhere, to a point where it's like,
Hmm.
is it really worth like get into a disagreement or a discussion with your brother or sister or whatever about it, or is it just just explain yourself why you're doing it and just move on from it. I mean,
Hmm.
I don't know, I just that's how I deal with it. I would still be cool with them until like I feel like my brother or my sister like in a relationship, and you know what I'm saying. Now if they cheated on my brother and sister, I'm straight cutting them off. I'm like, I don't know you, I want to fight you, blah blah blah. But if they just end because it was unhealthy and they grew apart, then I have to respect the fact that if my brother or sister move on, I have to move on too. Only because even if it's genuine relationship, you have to give that respect to that other person that come in, especially if you know that person is your brother or sister is serious about that person. You have to at least give them a benefit of the doubt. You know,
Hmm.
you don't want to like say, "Oh, I ain't gonna talk to you no more," or if I see you, man, like I don't know you, but at least give them some type of respect. Like because
Hmm.
I feel like if I date a guy and his family, his brothers and sisters are still dealing with his ex or whatever, like calling the person sis and stuff like that, I would feel kind of weird. Like that's not your sis.
Especially if they're like inviting them. What about they inviting them to the like family functions? Like you're with this new guy, and but the family is still inviting the ex to the family functions.
Um,
That would be kind of like,
Now if they're like an ex in a relationship with like an ex, like they just was fucking or whatever. If they were just fucking and it's like, and he didn't take her serious, and she wanted more, he didn't want to, and he just like dumped her ass because he didn't want her. I really don't care, because I know if he wanted her, he could legit have her, but he didn't want her. You know what I'm saying? And it was like years ago. I wouldn't care. But if it was like an ex, they was in a relationship, they was in love, this and that and the third, they was talking about a future together, then it's like, nah. I think I would low key get
like
rid of that
no.
ex. I would low key get rid of that ex. I'm not gonna even lie. I'm not gonna go and talk to him about it. I'm just gonna do what I gotta do to get rid of the person. She ain't gonna want to come around. So that's just me. Like, why are you still coming around? Especially like that person, like say she got a boyfriend or got a husband. Why you still coming around your ex people, like ex-in-laws? That's weird. Like I don't get that.
That is weird. That's
Mm-hmm.
weird.
Yeah.
And I feel like that the other person, the partner, wouldn't even allow that to happen. Like they wouldn't even they would feel uncomfortable. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And then
Like
some
I'm
people,
not
they
gonna.
just like, they don't even like, the partner don't even know that this is their ex. They just, oh, we just a friend of the family. They don't even know like that person is your ex. They be hiding it, and it's like, dang, you hiding it? Like, what you hiding it for? Like, I don't know.
Right. It'll
Some
be like,
people,
why?
some
Why
people
are
hide
you
it too.
hiding?
Yeah.
You think it's a different motive for them trying to hide it?
Yeah. It's
I
like,
don't know. But
why?
what y'all think? We want to know what y'all think in the comments. We see a couple of people saying preach. Um, it's all about maturity and trusting your partner. If it's no messiness involved, then I believe it's healthy. Yeah, no messiness. All right, so we're gonna get into the next topic.
Okay.
We're going to talk about the flued out culture. This is a topic that's been going around all over social media. As you all, if you don't know, the rapper Young Miami, she started the flued out when she was just, I think she was being serious when she said it. I like to get flued out, but then it turned into a whole hashtag getting flued out. So now a lot of women have been getting flued out. They say if you want to, hang out with me, if you want to date me, you got to flew me out. You got to flew me out somewhere. So there is a couple of videos going around of um woman and a man. He flew her out. He spent over 10 bands on her. And then when it was time for them to be intimate with each other, yes, have sex with each other, she was like, no, I don't want to do it. And the guy was like, okay, well, you don't want to have sex with me, then you got to go. You got to leave. I'll get you a plane ticket back to wherever you came from. But if you don't want to do what I paid for you to do, that's not what it is. And then her argument was, I don't have to have sex with you if I don't want to. So,
Right.
what do you think about the fluid out culture? Do you think that Young Miami started a trend that is not really working well for the women? They didn't really get the motto, like the motto of how you supposed to get fluid out. What you think about that? Do you think she was wrong? He was wrong,
I
or just
feel
a
like,
miscommunication?
listen, you see, they having comments? I don't see no comments
um,
yet. Okay.
not
So
yet.
I just feel like this personally. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. If somebody fly me out and I like this dude, I should have in my mind that I'm about to give it up. Because at the end of the day, ain't no dude gonna just fly you out, just say, hey, kumaya, whatever the case. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna have to be a physical, sexual, spiritual kind of connection going on for you to be flying across the world just to go see somebody. Come on now, that's coming. She knew what she was doing.
Right.
She knew
Mm-hmm.
what she was doing. She knew what she got herself into. This dude is not going to spend a couple bands on you and fly you out and think you finna go back home and be with the next nigga. I'm sorry. You stupid as fuck for that. Period. No tampon. You crazy. Like, seriously. Ain't no way you finna get flued out across the world. He's spending money on you and that's just weird. Like, if that was the case, like have him fly in your town. You know what I'm saying? So it can look like, you know what I'm saying, you flew to see me. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't have to spend that much money. You spend that money on you to see me versus you spending money on me for me to see you. And nah, I just feel like if you know better, you should do better. With that situation, if you know you ain't ready to get up your cakes for a dude, don't have him fly you out across the world. I'm just being honest with you. Like, I'm pretty sure you flirted with him, sent him some sexy pictures, got him all hot and bothered. You know what I'm saying? You tease him, and now he's expecting you to do something for him because he's doing something for you. And I just feel like, nah, that's very toxic. You're right. That's toxic. That's unhealthy. And if he cancel your ticket back home, I don't blame him. Because you know why? You play with his emotions and you play with his penis. At the end of the day, you play with his emotions, and that ain't right. You know what I'm saying? I think women that does that should be accountable for that at the end of the day because you're not only playing with his emotion, you playing with his pocket too. Like I don't get it, but what it was 10 bands, 10 bands, and you, girl.
And then I think he still spent money for her to go home because it looks like in the video that the girl didn't have any money to even do anything. She was expecting for him to pay for everything. So when it came down to them having sexual relationships with each other, she wasn't with it. And he got upset and he was like, I done did all these things for you. And he's like, it's not about the money. It's just about, I guess, the principle. Like, I'm doing all these
Right.
things for you. Obviously, I'm feeling you, or obviously, you should have known that I would expect this in the outcome. But I'm gonna read some of these comments. Lamar underscore Freeman says, "Flued out culture is toxic. Women must remember to never fully depend on a guy who is not your guy. Always bring emergency money with you in case things go south." Yes, because both of the videos that was released, the women didn't have any money, so the men was still paying for them to leave. And they was just arguing that you can't go on this trip with me. I done spent all this money on you, and you don't even want to be intimate with me. And the woman's argument was, well, I don't have to be intimate with you if I don't want to. Like, why would that make you upset?
I just feel like they both wrong for that. She had a motive behind it, and he had a motive too. Maybe he was misled. Maybe that's how he treat his women.
Mm-hmm.
He spoil them. But at the end of the day, I do feel like he had played a part in there, as far as spending that amount of money on her. You know, um, and for her to fly across with nothing, I just feel like that was dumb. I mean, we all make mistakes, but at the end of the day, at least pocket some of that money he giving you. You know what I'm saying? So you let something happen, you good. Like, think smart. Don't think stupid and think like, oh, I'm gonna give me a bag and this and this and shoes and clothes and nice restaurants with candle lights, low lights and stuff like
Right.
that. And think smart. Think ahead of the possible or something not going the way that he wants it to go, or some emergency, something pop up, something happen. You cover yourself, cover your tracks. Where
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like that was wrong across the board. I felt like, shoot, if I was that nigga, I wouldn't fly her back home. I'm just saying, like, that's just me. But like I always say, God's still working on me. But like, I just feel like she played him, and I feel like he did see the play, but he ignored it at the end of the day because he probably really did like her and want to spoil her,
Yeah.
show her a good time. Maybe he want to show her a lifestyle that she never experienced. And I think she took that for granted. I just think that, at the end of the day, they both play a part. Really get to know that person before you actually invest in them. You don't want to I don't know. Somebody said, work on her, Lord. Yes, work on me, Lord, because
Right. It just,
I'm really
it just
trying.
seems like her intentions were just to get like a free
Trip.
date, a free trip, and that was it. Not thinking about, okay, what if this guy wants to have sex with me? What I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna say? Like, she didn't think about that, But
Yeah. Like, what if he was crazy? Like, what if he was really crazy and he took it from her, or he was like aggressive with her? Like, what if it was to a point where she was in danger, literally in danger because she didn't give what he wanted? Like, what if he wasn't that genuine person? What if he wasn't that gentleman that say, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna let you fly back home. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. It was my loss, a lesson learned. What if he literally was like mentally, like something was wrong with him mentally, and it didn't end that way? It ended that she was missing, or her life was lost. You have to
right,
think about stuff like that. Like, you have to really know who you're dealing with before you actually go out of town and see these people, or invite people in your town, because we're living in the last days. People crazy. Well, they've been crazy, but now they're not secretive about how crazy it is. It is what it is at the end of
mm-hmm.
the day with them. Like, you have to be careful. Like, you have to, because that's dangerous. Let's let you know
Sex
right now
trafficking,
how much they didn't know about each other,
right?
or how much he didn't know about her, versus her getting to know him and know how kind hearted he is, and you know everything. But how I feel like she took advantage of him in some way. 10 bands? Come on now.
Yeah,
She definitely took advantage of him. She definitely knew what type of guy he was and what he had.
mm-hmm.
And she probably prayed over that dude. Like, she really, and there's a lot of females that do that. They see these guys that have money, or
Right.
That's like they're like sucker for love, and they take advantage of those type of guys, and that pisses me off because that make it for single women to find a genuine good guy, because these little ratchet ass hoes want to sit here and take advantage of these good men. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you didn't like him like that, you just wanted a bag and say, hey, I was gonna go shopping. You gonna take me shopping? You gonna find me out to go shopping? Make it to where y'all both have an understanding of what's going on and him not expecting something. You know?
Right.
So, you have to think smart.
I agree. You got to.
Yeah.
You gotta think smart.
Think smart.